Welcome everyone to the Legacy League 11 Top 8 Round 1. On the left here we have David on Nadu Breakfast, really cool deck. And on the right we have Reed on Jeskai Control. And we're going to follow one of these players all the way through their tournament here in the next 3 videos. I have Zach here to help me out on our coverage.
Hi everyone.
Oh, he sounds really excited. So we're going to start.
I'm thrilled for the matchup.
Bear with us as we go. This is the first time we've talked over one of these, so hopefully it's fun. So we started out, David here is on the play, because he was our number 1 seed, I believe. Fetching out a Tundra.
Far and away. I believe it was by a wide margin.
Was it by a wide margin? I don't remember the numbers, but...
David just kind of showed up and took everybody's lunch money this time around.
Yep, the Reckless has historically been a pretty good deck in our meta.
And the addition of Nadu, obviously very, very powerful.
For sure. On the right, Reed's playing Jeskai Control. Notoriously fast player, right?
A well-known blue-white mage.
I would imagine that because... So, as a Nadu mid-range player myself, I would imagine that the Breakfast deck is not favored in general in this matchup. But it's hard to say.
Yeah, I feel as though once you get to the sideboard matches, right, he has that Jeskai, so the addition of red gets him the quick or the cheap side of interaction, which obviously helps quite a bit. But I don't know the specifics of David's deck list. Like I see Staff of the Storyteller. So
either do I. It looks like we might have the wrong deck name. He played Naughty Breakfast in League. I haven't watched this yet. We'll change the name when we actually know what it is.
I mean, he had
He played a Nomad, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe he just wants some extra value. I'm all about that.
I think Reed read the card, so usually good cards when you have to read them. Reed searching for a Tundra off of a Lorien revealed. Casting a Ponder.
Ponder. Timer has begun. Whoa! Reed came to play in the top 8. He said, I can't ponder for 2 minutes here. I mean it.
Reed doesn't know that the correct way to ponder is to look at the top 3, not change them at all, draw a card. He'll learn. He's new. Okay, I'm sticking with maybe Breakfast.
It has to be. I would be very, very surprised if
I'm shook, though, at this Staff of the Storyteller.
I mean, that's a fan favorite for you.
I do love it, but they put this 2-mana black creature in the format, makes it unplayable.
You know what's better than 1 Staff of the Storyteller?
Instead of Orcish Bowmaster?
No. Who?
Oh, my fault.
Bowmaster's a dead card. Nobody plays that anymore. It's definitely not in the top deck in the format.
Locally, if you know Reed, he's not thinking that hard. His glasses are still on his eyes. So if he was really deliberating, it'd be on his forehead.
It's in stages.
He's thinking, do I even care? Evidently he does. Retro foil counterspell. Not my favorite choice, but we'll allow it.
David with the Ponder.
Okay. David's more secret than Reed is. You can't see his cards.
Little shuffle, puts it on back, says go. I'm trying to glance at the hands as they shuffle furiously to give hope, but it's really tough.
I mean, right now I would say I want to be on David's side right now because we have Staff, card advantage flowing. He hasn't had time to draw the card off it yet, but he's chipping away with damage.
Mm-hmm.
But Reed's got his land drops, which is, in this matchup, I would say all you really want is to not die and to hit your land drops and develop your game plan.
Do we know what Reed's finisher of choice is? I imagine 4th Aer Lingus would be a call, but knowing Reed, it could be very spicy.
I think it's just a 4th. Okay. I know he's playing Tamios. He's going to deploy one here. And this card, I'm not sure how I feel about this card entering the format.
This card's bananas.
I agree. I just feel like it attacks in such a different way than we're used to compared to other cards. Like it's a creature you play in a control deck, and it allows you to attack from a completely different angle and something that your opponent has to worry about. It's crazy.
Yeah, holding up blue mana to just consider it immediately protected from removal is also very relevant, right?
Yep.
And I think my favorite games that I play with Tamio is when you are just attacking and drawing one extra card every turn. No flip required. Just want more cards. So good.
Build your own Phyrexian Arena.
So strong.
Okay, so I'm still stuck on what David's doing here.
I think the stats are just extra card advantage. I think he came ready to play for some long grinding.
I suppose you don't need to like completely build tokens, right? Like he has sagas already, so I love it.
Yeah, there's incidental stuff.
Oh.
Whoops.
I was hoping I could. Can you go to the bracket and see what his path would have been? I think he's just planning for longer games.
Where is the bracket?
In the Legacy League Discord. I went to do it and it closed all my windows. So.
Legacy.
Okay, another ponder from Reed here. Oh, okay. So there's a Triumph in his deck, and some Solitude. So he's playing a little more creature based than I would expect from him.
Holy cow, I was way back in Legacy League number 7, just to really emphasize how on top of things I am. This is Legacy League number 11, David versus Reed or Gage, and then he would have faced you or Chris next.
Okay.
So if he knows he's going to play you and Chris, both of you are very well known for liking to durdle around and draw cards.
Mm-hmm. So make yourself have a little bit of extra card advantage, extra play to it.
And if it's Reed, he knows Reed doesn't do anything fast ever. Reed hates win conditions, as fate would have it. He likes to demoralize his opponent, which makes Jeskai control super fitting. And Gage is all about that Jund life, right? So you need this incremental advantage to face him too. So I think
we don't have it on camera, but Reed actually had to earn his way here. Because Gage and Reed were tied at 8th and 9th place in the top 8 standings. And so usually we go to points per points per week. But they both came the same amount of weeks, the exact same. So we did a win in, and Reed beat down Gage to win his way into the spot. So he's here as the underdog.
Yeah.
Got custom commission tokens by our artist.
It looks like they're supposed to be. They look scarecrow-like almost.
They're built exactly like you.
Honestly,
okay.
So it has to be breakfast though. There's no way you have that one drop and it's not breakfast.
He's just playing value nomads for the redirection.
David's just dancing all over him. He says, "I have every possible token and every card advantage engine that I need."
He keeps his cards close to him. Okay, this is just a +1/+0 equipment because there's no way there's playing breakfast still. This is obviously sarcasm. I'm pretty scared if I'm Reed here. There's a lot.
Yeah, David doesn't even need to do anything. David has everything he needs right here. He doesn't need to invest any further. He, like you said, he just wants to hit his land drops, draw cards. If Reed is ever able to answer all this stuff, maybe that opens the window where he just goes, "Oops, I win the game with a Nadu." Yeah, or Split Illusionist, you know?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's playing that. I mean, he could be playing a mid-range deck with just staffs and stuff like that, but the Shuko, I feel like, tells me he's probably playing Cephalid Illusionist.
Mm-hmm. And I do enjoy when it takes me back to the days of Twin, right? Like Twin was a combo deck, but you never played to just get the combo, right? You were just constantly grinding advantage over and over, and then, oops, they tapped out because they had no other choice, and then you win the game. Yeah. And if they don't, you just apply this tempo, this pressure that they have to constantly try to keep up with. And now David has these 2 massive constructs. He's got, I think, 2 counters left on the staff. I can't quite tell with this. It looks like 2. Yeah, so he just gets everything he needs.
It just hit me that we have no way to see what the life total is because they put it off the camera.
Oh, I do see at the very top.
It's right up here. But this game that, I mean, David obviously cares about his life total, right? Because he just forced his triumph.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, David's stuck on 3 mana. I know he had at least 1 saga, if not 2, probably 2. But
And I'm sure Supreme Verdict is probably on David's radar, right? Jeskai
yeah,
decks usually play one of those some of the time. And Wrath of the Skies is obviously very good here too. I don't think Reed
do you think you're playing Rathas guys if you're playing Tamio?
not in the main. I'm sure it's a sideboard card,
Yeah.
but I've seen crazier things.
What's
Because once you flip it, who cares, right?
true? Is that card in Reed's hand? It's a prismatic and or no, it's a swords and a solitude. Is that what that is? Is that the alt art solitude?
He's gonna have to give me a shuffle real quick.
He'll do it soon enough, I'm sure.
I definitely saw the swords. I agree.
Okay, another staff.
David says, "Can I draw even more?" It is the alt art. I agree.
Okay.
Very shiny. Maybe compliments of Blake.
No, I think there was something about Reed really loving that art and wanting that one himself. It's not signed.
I mean,
it's not signed. It's not Blake's. I think Blake got all of his signed.
Ooh, it would have to be autographed. You're right.
Okay, we're fetching for a... To me, this says no back to basics. Maybe Reed is like next leveling David by saying, I have back to basics, but I'm just going to fetch all duels this game. Or are we that? Like, is this like 4D chess happening?
Could be. Just nudge it down. Nope.
Is that glare? I didn't know that glare was that bad. David's gonna need more hair to block that card. That's a Tundra, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Or is it a Savannah? No, it's a Tundra.
Savannah, I think, is under his island. Yep.
Okay.
Unless he's not playing green at all and been wrong this whole time, but we'll find out. Judging by the length, I would hope they went to 3 games. I'm not sure.
So we have Solitude. I mean, I feel like you just have to attack, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like totally. We're attacking and drawing a card to see what we find, maybe.
He's got 2 clues. We can flip it. Flipping it's pretty good here because the construct's large, but
drawing 2 cards, you probably find a white card. You find something to pitch with this Solitude.
It looks like he just passed.
Okay.
Passed.
So he says, "I'm comfortable taking 2."
Yeah. Well, passed. David went to draw a card, and he solituded the construct in response. That is a pretty art. I don't like full art cards, but that card's pretty.
It looks like Reed's just hoping to give. Do you think he has a Surveil land in there?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's me. I forget they exist, but I'm sure he has at least a Meticulous Archive, or there's not enough red to be playing a Thundering Falls, is there?
But this is the moment, right? This is where David could just find the card, win the game. So yeah, this is kind of what David's going for here.
Reed's hellbent. I am. Advantage bar's got to be swung all the way over to David right now. He's got cards in hand. He's got engines online.
Yeah, Reed's hoping to not die, untap, draw some cards, go
Hope
from there.
Find something. Yep. We got a Hollow.
Looks like David's got Hollow shot. That's a bad sign. Never do I ever want to see my opponent do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, David just can't find any other combo piece. He's got.
What would he keep for?
Maybe just a creature? Just a little more pressure? That's a land. That's a breeding pool, I think.
In his hand? But he shuffled and kept it on top. Or did not. He pondered and kept it on top.
Maybe just a creature is enough. I guess so. We have Retrofitter activation for 2 mana, and then draw a card. So we don't need much.
Okay, so he wants both those. Sure. Oh, is there a die on the? Is there supposed to be a die on the?
On the staff? No, but when he makes the servo with the Retrofitter, it'll put a die on there.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Someone who is well versed with staff.
I do love the card. David and I were both high on that card, and they printed the Lord of the Rings set. So
yeah, that card prevents all the fun that the decks I enjoy want to have.
This is an easy block. We don't need the Nomads, I don't think.
Absolutely.
Stops the life gain for future turns. Oh, he's keeping the Nomads, killing this token. I like that. That's a clever play.
Smart.
I remember what happened here. So David called a judge, aka me, I had no clue on this rule. I'm curious what you think. So David asked if you redirect the Solitude damage with Nomads, do you still gain the life from Solitude?
I would have to read it, but my intuition would tell me yes, you still gain life.
That's where we landed, and no idea. From what we can tell, we're correct on that because it says if the damage would be dealt to Nomads, it's dealt to other creature instead. But Solitude is still dealing the damage. So we landed on
Nomads. There we go. Let's take a little look-see. A little read. The next 1 damage that would be dealt to Nomads this turn is dealt to target creature you control instead.
Oh.
Yep. On board.
Did you see what Reed just drew?
I was reading. I missed it.
Oh no. Oh, what a beating. There's no way. Oh, you just slam it, Reed.
My goodness. I told you.
That's main
Did
board.
I know? That's just unkind.
I wasn't sure how Reed was going to get out of this, but that'll do it, right? That's the kind of card they printed that just decimates this plan.
That card hates fun. Guaranteed.
Reed says, "Nice staff, David. Put that in the graveyard." Time to acknowledge our nice, friendly community tradition. If you forget your playmat and you would like one, we have some on hand. You just got to sign it. David has signed his in the curve of the U right there.
He's also so politely cleared the way for us to read it properly.
That's
very
kind.
nice.
Very nice.
Oh, that card makes me sad. I have been on the receiving end of the wrath far too many times.
I think David's trying to get famous because I would have conceded right there. Okay, little ponder shuffle. Again.
Yeah, I'd love to go back and see what was the ponder he found that he kept.
Well, I'm curious what was on top, right? Because it's not Nadu and it's not Cephalid, because we had part A, right? Mm-hmm. Could be like a Teferi maybe, but I think I would cast that.
Right.
So just trying to rebuild here. Lush Portico, Surveil.
We still have part A in.
I think we have. Okay, still breeding pool.
Leave it. How do you feel about putting this thing out there?
I don't see a point in doing this.
Right. I know this is a conversation you and I have had while you play online. Is just kind of saving this for when it's absolute. Unless Reed might be at. Hear me out. 1 life. We
have no idea. With a Solitude life gain, I doubt it. Right. David was attacking with tokens. Okay, Narset. It's kind of like the old Burn conversation that people. Oh, another Wrath. We're multiple Wrath mainboard gamers, huh?
Reed hate all fun. Guarantee it. Right here. I think his other card is a Swords, right?
Prismatic.
Oh, Prismatic. There we go.
So that's why you don't play the Nomads out, right? But at the same time, if Reed's drawing towards counter spells, then you want it in play. It's kind of choosing either way. But back in the day, this is like 2015 modern Magic, right? The Burn control matchup used to be pretty bad for control. And what I was always told, I never played Burn because like I'm not that kind of person, right? But if you just held your cards as Burn and waited and then overloaded their counter spells and their mana, it was really hard to lose the matchup. And it feels kind of like that with Nadu. If you wait and you hold the 2 combo pieces, because at this point you're not winning with damage.
Is that a Snapcaster Mage?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Reed's gained a lot of cool points.
Reed is out here going for your heart.
I don't know how we're gonna win battle back from this.
I would not be here. My deck would be in my hand as I take out all the bad cards that I possibly can.
David's at home burning a shrine to Wrath of this guy. He's mad now. What a top deck.
Do you think they'll ever print a counterpart, Wrath of the Earth?
What's it do?
I don't know. That's a good question. It's got to be green, right?
Yep. Is it a Horizons card? Or is it going to destroy all opponents' lands? 2 mana.
pay X energy, destroy X lands.
Oh.
Sorry, X not. Well, yeah, because that says non-land, so you can't say non-creature. No, actually, I want it to say non-creature, non-planeswalker, non-artifact,
Yeah,
non-enchantment,
just lands.
just lands.
So Reed's so passive. So Reed is a little low on mana. I think that's the only way we get back into this, but he's got like a bajillion cards in hand. He thought about just playing a Snapcaster Mage for fun, but decided that that's not the right play. I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know that card.
I have no issue with just using Snapcaster Cantrip. I think that is a highly overlooked play for a lot of people because they want to squeeze every ounce of value possible, but you're looking to close the door, right? You have David one card in hand. He has a billion lands in play. He's obviously not in a good position. Like you want to close the door, right? It is
David
time.
can't even cantrip, right? Like he's so shut out. He needs to draw runner, and you have all the answers in play ever. You just want to either Snapcaster for beats, or you want to Snapcaster to try to find if you have something like a fourth.
I agree.
So is that a Cephalid in David's hand? He leaned forward once. Oh, gross.
See, blue could not tell you what. That's the memory.
Yep, that's Memory's Journey.
Yeah. 3 cards.
So he's got staff. You put back in 2 staffs and a nomads. I love it.
Yeah, I
feel like I'm calling this pretty unlucky on David's end. I mean, the Wrath was very good for Reed, right?
The Wrath is good.
But we haven't seen a Nadu or... I think his hand is a Cephalid. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it really did come down to that one turn, right, where he had the window, and that was that's kind of what the matchup boiled down to. Like that was what David was. Oh, I don't know that Reed had a counter, so he may be able to get a little bit of value from this Nadu.
Yeah. So imagine if Reed was sitting, or if David was sitting on still having nomads in hand.
Right.
I mean, he we're pretty far down, but I don't know what his hand is, but to me, that nomads did nothing except for eat a prismatic ending or a sword. I don't remember which one, but
yep, prismatic. You're right.
It is a Cephalid in his hand. I mean, this is how breakfast wins, right? Like you just exhaust the resources. I think Reed's just too far ahead.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, mana efficiency, right? You prismatic this. He can't respond. Oh, he just swords it. Okay. Gross. I still think Nadu is super... I'm going to say underplayed. I just think the card's busted.
I have watched you do some things that do not look reasonable. I would agree.
Okay, that's 2 Snapcasters. There are at least 2 Snapcasters in this list.
Talking about 2 ambush vipers?
I made Reed send me his list. If I wasn't scared of breaking the stream again, I would open it. But there's at least 2 ambush vipers in this list, and we'll post it with the video, of course. Okay. We're in this kind of middle game where I feel like Reed has completely established control of this game, but needs to find a way to actually end it. Mm-hmm. Like I think David just drew a card and passed. Like we have to ferry it. There's nothing he can do. So Reed really this is his chance just to dig. I'm looking through his deck right now. There's more Tamios. Those are Blake's Tamios. I didn't see a fourth.
I think he's looking to just flash the Solitude in.
Sure.
Interesting.
I like that less than the Snapcaster.
I would absolutely be flashing in that Snapcaster Brainstorm. Then you have your fetch. Yeah. But that's okay.
And again, I don't think any of Reed's decisions matter at this point. Just put as much damage on the table as possible. Mm-hmm. We can't see the life totals, but I imagine that Reed.
This is looking
David's all. That's a Cavern of Souls, likely naming Wizard.
I don't foresee a path to victory with Teferi Plus and Wrath of this. Going to be pretty neat. Oh boy!
I think this is the situation where
might as well look at 3 more just for funsies, you know.
I think he's digging for a fourth. That's the only thing that makes sense to me here. I wouldn't put a path Reed to not play fourth. Oh, just kidding. That's a prank.
Just a prank.
I think we're going to see a David concession here really quickly.
Does Reed have a Force of Will in hand? Do you think he's going to go for a full fourth and hold up Force of Will?
I do. And I think it's pretty safe to do so, but also we don't know the life totals, right? If he's at 8, why bother? That must be the
right.
case. He must be low enough where this is enough damage.
Okay. Just for 3?
I would go for enough damage, assuming that he can.
Smart.
Put 2 green sleeves into play. I'm not going to be too mad. I just ordered my Human Knight tokens.
And Reed has crowned himself the monarch.
The main reason you play this card.
Have not drawn enough cards. I need more.
Okay. David must have drawn the other piece. And now Reed has a stroke, doesn't react, and David wins. I think that's our only out.
I mean, David did exactly what he needed to, right? Just wait until the very last chance that he can. I assume he's probably dead on board for next turn swing.
For sure. Do you think David's playing Orange Champ? Because maybe we're waiting for an Orange Chant just to like... That would be a win con, right? Those 3 cards.
Yeah, just to start on the Arms Chant.
Okay, we have Snapcaster Swords.
Okay.
Hit an Archimeba.
Is there a world where he has number 2 in hand?
That'd be really good.
There's no way. Okay. That'd be pretty good.
We have another Snapcaster, right? We could just Snapcaster 4th in the game.
We absolutely can.
We don't have a Force, though. I heard my name. I don't like that. Josh said my name.
He says, Caleb won't even ask.
Yeah. It's probably just me being mean to somebody. It's fine.
That doesn't sound like you.
Okay, Reed's think... I think I'm going to guess Reed's going to take the passive line here. And there's not really a reason not to. I don't think David... I think David's been dead for like 15 turns, so...
I agree. But not dead yet.
Nope. I know at least one of David's cards, maybe both, are Force of Wills. Obviously useless against Teferi. Okay.
That card does hate fun.
And David scoops it up.
There we go. He says, I've had enough, please.
So I should change this record. You can't see this. To 101. Do you agree that this is Nadu Breakfast? I'm leaving it named Nadu Breakfast.
Yeah, that seems completely fine. I saw all 3 components that do that thing.
Lush Portico starting off. See, go back to a year. This wasn't the pattern of Legacy, right? I don't know when this was printed. I made that up. But like, this is both players tap land turn 1. I love it. I think it's a really cool addition.
Wastelandable land. Get out of here.
But don't you think...
Where are the Delver players living to punish this?
It's true.
It's just tragic. Delver cannot catch a break.
Yeah, Delver's been weak for years, right? I just like that, because I don't know when Arkham's Astrolabe was printed, but we thought that was going to make Legacy a little bit cheaper to play. And I don't think it actually did. But I think that these Surveil lands genuinely make them cheaper. Like, you get to play this as an option instead of a dual land. Voice of Victory here. This is really good against Reed.
Victory.
Okay, and then Reed drew the Force right after, right on time. Oh, nothing.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
I wonder if those are main board.
The voices?
Yep. We saw a lot of his deck game 1.
I feel like that's a good sideboard card, right? It beats down. It makes counterspells pretty bad. It's a good plan B, right? Kind of like how we started game 1, where you just had a bunch of spirit tokens and constructs, and it just gives another angle where you have to answer this or you will die. Oh, did you answer that? Here's my window to win the game.
But think about he played Staff's main board. That card's great with Staff.
Sure is. I think this card's just absolute gas in all formats that I've seen it played in.
I've only played it in
Okay, he slams Nadu. You think we got a little counter war here?
I think this might probably is like the show and tell matchup where you catch your first show and tell and let it just get countered. I'm guessing that David's just going to start deploying threats and hope that Reed doesn't have the answer for it.
So Reed has all but revealed the Force of Will from his hand, which is fine.
Yep. So it looks like Reed has Force blue card, maybe just one land and 2 Solitudes.
And okay, so he says, "I want my Narset," and David says that's good to go.
I don't think he does have it's a land. I thought it was a Solitude, so just 1 Solitude.
Right. So we have Solitude, Narset, other land, and 4th card. Swords.
Josh brought this camera for the store. I'm shocked you still can't read the cards. I don't know how good it has to be. Okay. Do we have a red source? We don't, right? Oh, we do.
Not yet.
No, that's a.
It is
a Thundering Falls. I was completely wrong. Probably just take the swords, right?
3rd Exile effect?
Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't seen actual counterspell in a deck in a while.
Oh, is that a Flage?
Nope, that's a 4th.
That's 4th. Okay.
It's a tough choice. You just kind of, how do you think the fabric of the game is going to go, right?
Like you said, you want to keep hitting your land drops, right? Super relevant for Reed.
Yeah, but none of these lead to that. Okay.
Interesting.
I don't know what I would have chose. And it's not. I think maybe I choose the Pyroblast.
I feel like that's what I'm leaning towards as well. Okay, so David's kind of playing the game like you said. The first one, if it gets countered, cool. Now I have my next copy.
Yep, and he's hoping that it's not getting countered and getting, that's a Magus. Okay. And see, what I was worried about
equipped for this than Reed currently, but that's all right.
Well, Reed's got island plains.
An island underneath his plains?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
That choice is easier.
That much easier.
I think
he chose correctly.
I think I would take the Pyroblast only because if David had not slammed Nadu instead slammed Teferi, I think we'd be in trouble.
I like the Pyroblast a lot. It answers all the 3 mana things that your Prismatic can answer for 1, right? I can't think, at least, of a 3 mana play. Obviously, you can't answer the Staff or the Nomads, but you have...
We have Wraths, assumedly.
Yep.
Does it want another land? But we have all the answers. So we're just trying not to die. I think he's going to probably Swords this right here. You could Prismatic it. But I
don't want to walk into a daze. We haven't seen David play one yet, but...
Okay. So we have Solitude, Magus, and 4th, and another Prismatic.
Maybe? Is that an archive underneath the island, right?
Yep.
Okay. David says I have a staff.
Reed probably breathed for the first time right there. He is not dead.
Okay, so David missing land drops. He needs.
Didn't draw a card though. I'm guessing. Yeah, he has a brainstorm. Blake's being funny in the background. I love that. Yeah, this is the awkward part. Like, I think we keep that land. Just develop a little further.
Like you said, we have all the answers in our hand already. We took a 4th, so we know land drops only turn in to better results off that 4th.
That's the Thundering Falls. Do you just 4th for 1? If this is you? I guess we just... Okay.
Okay, interesting.
It's kind of like a rule of law against David.
What's that?
Right, just we're only casting 1 spell a turn because he's only going to have 1 blue and 1 white mana.
Mm-hmm.
But David cares.
I'm going to force this.
That's great for
Okay.
Reed's pumped about that, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure David is pretty low on removal sideboard games, right?
Yeah, it's the awkward part is this Tameo card though, right? Like, are you going to board out all of your removal and just let Tameo hit you?
I don't know.
I don't know either, and I don't know how much removal David's playing. Breakfast decks sometimes play none. I think the Larson list, the good Larson, is playing 3 swords. Last time I played his deck online.
Of course. Yeah, I could see definitely taking out the swords to plowshares just because there's not that many targets. And you could leave in your prismatics, right? Because then you can take care of the planeswalkers.
Yep, let him
You
for a
can
bit.
take care of if Reed has rest in peace or something among that.
True. I mean, Reed is a notable Rip Helm player. Could definitely be on that. We
He
haven't
is a
seen any of those pieces though.
society.
Who's playing
Absolute-
Snapcaster Mage? He better not be playing Rest in Peace.
You don't think he would do the transitional sideboard?
He could do that, yes. That's got to be hitting the Foundry, yep.
I would assume.
So David has
This is
opted
nice,
for
right? 'Cause
actual
David
spirits.
What was that?
I was going to mention that David opted for actual spirits and actual servos, but he drew his own
Smart.
constructs. I like those constructs more. What were you saying now?
Can we get a David spotlight for tokens?
Yeah, just get him commission, get some contracts for him.
I'm here for it.
Okay, Reed's really thinking here. This is the fourth he's thinking about. Right? Yeah.
He has just fourth and solitude, yes. And obviously not as dangerous of a game to be playing with the Monarch since David can't take advantage of it as long as Narset's alive. However, this spirit does fly through the air, so he could take care of one and then the other.
Well, so if we go operate on the assumption that he just drew that Wrath, didn't he? If we operate on the assumption that David has no removal, we got Tameo to block the spirit, and we have the token to block the token. Okay, second staff.
Again, yeah, I think David is just... It's the mana, right? That's
Yep.
the big chokehold.
And he has at least one piece of the combo in hand. Oh, I think that someone came in handy with some tokens.
Couldn't be you, would it?
It was not me. No, I didn't have these tokens. I think that's Josh. Being an absolute hero.
That's par for the course.
Okay, this is land 6. So now the game is how much value can you eke out of this Wrath, right? Or do you just jam it? Is it enough value already?
I mean, what are we afraid of that we lose to outright? Nothing currently for 4 mana, correct? Oh, yeah.
No, absolutely. He's got combo.
Oh, the Blood Moon's gone. I'm silly.
Yep. I think what I like to see here is it's tough because he doesn't get to plus the Tameo. I think he was mentioning that. If he draws an extra card, he will draw a card at end step from the Monarch. I thought that was a Wrathless guy. That's a Stony Silence. Gross. Just the collateral damage against these staffs. I think Reed might have been at David's house just watching him build his deck to make sure he has the perfect hate for it.
David finds another land, it looks like.
I think David has combo in it. I think he has Cephalid Nomads, but I think he also has the Thassa's Oracle.
Reed notably shields down without David knowing? I think he has Solitude and Land. What is the other card?
I thought it was a Flooded Strand, but then David played his. So, because if I'm right, that's Solitude and Mountain. Yeah, he shields down. Well, we have a draw. Do we not have a clue? We have no clue. Nope.
He cannot. Stony Silence.
Did he forget his draw from end step?
From Monarch?
Yeah,
he may have.
It. But if I'm right about what David has in hand, if he has a Thassa's Oracle in hand, the decks have stopped playing Cabal Therapy. So he has no real way to get that back into the graveyard. I think he has the combo here, but I just don't think he can win. I think we're going to see David deploy the entire combo here and pass. And then just more draws towards Wrathless guys.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know the rest of his hand, so I'm wondering, is there a world where we're just trying to take this Narset out? Yep.
And this should kill the Narset, right?
Then we can just start drawing more cards
Yep.
with our Staff of the Storytellers, hit our land drops, maybe find a Prismatic for this Stony Silence.
But at the same time, if he plays out the combo here, if I'm right about his hand, I'm not sure I am, but I think I saw it. If I'm right about his hand, he can play out this turn, and then he can combo in response to anything, and then next turn play Thassa's Oracle. We've seen those lines, right, where you mill down to 1 or 2 cards.
Because you can play Thassa's Oracle on the stack, get rid of the rest of the cards, for sure.
Yep. Or do it in response to some removal, right? Because Reed does have that Solitude. Okay, that's a Force of Negation, I think, he just drew. So,
little Wrath of the Skies insurance.
Just pass.
Okay.
I guess we have draws. We have things to do.
Prismatic. Okay.
I gotta pay attention to see if Reed's remembering to draw. Okay.
David's gotta be thrilled about that.
Yeah, I would be. Servos are 1/1s, right?
They are 1/1s.
So flipping this Tameo might be... That's not going to happen this turn, of course, but if he ever gets to, it's going to be pretty hard for David.
He's drawing at the end. He just drew Brainstorm there.
Yeah, that's a really good draw. That was a set. Ponder? David's too close with his cards.
Ponder, you are correct.
Definitely a Thassa's Oracle in his hand, though. Do you think Reed's playing in Mystic Sanctuary, or just 1/4, and this is his win con?
I feel like he's definitely... I think he's Mystic Sanctuary, for sure. Yep. I like that a lot. Unless, maybe he said Snapcaster's enough, I don't need it.
That's true, I forgot about Snapcaster.
Mm-hmm.
You had Snapcasters back in the day, right? When they were played a lot?
I sure did.
I remember ordering mine for $40 a piece or something like that.
I absolutely do. I remember when there were the, oh Lord, RCQs
the RCQ promos. Or the no, it wasn't RC. PPTQ? RPTQ.
There were RPTQ, thank you. I knew there was a million letters for whatever reason, so we had to change it every other month just for fun. And that was when the classic Soccer Ball Mage came out, and it was very, very nice.
I don't know anybody who uses those.
Not me?
No,
I like the classic quite a bit.
Foils.
That's crazy. I also have set foils.
That's true. That's crazy. Okay, we flip this Tameo, and I think this is exactly what Reed wants to do. I've never seen the backside of that version of the card. It looks beautiful.
It's really pretty.
Josh talking about his winning playmat in round 1.
You sure he's not screaming about Murktide?
He could be mad about Murktide. He probably is mad about Murktide.
Can you imagine if you made him a top 8 championship playmat and it was just a million Murktides? How good?
It would just say the word ban Murktide on it. Murktide looking great on the side of the field for Reed if he was to play it.
I agree. Game would end much quicker, but as we're all well aware, that's just not Reed's style.
No.
Reed's a grinder.
I will say Reed has navigated this game very well. He had a few turns there where I was pretty afraid of what David could do because he was sitting kind of dead, as we talked about. He was shields down for a little bit, but now we are getting to the point where with the Planeswalkers, I just don't know how this is going to work. That would be how it works.
Okay, David's trying to say, can I take my turn on my own?
So now Reed cannot cast spells this turn. Okay, Nomad. But now I'm pretty sure he has his Thassa's Oracle in hand. Yeah, so I think he's going to pass right here. I think he just loses.
So do we think the Orm's Chant was a bait?
No, I think this was hoping that he concedes. That's what I think. That's what I would do here, right?
I get that.
You just hope that Reed concedes to those two and the Orange Champ. And
Or, like you said, it could be just to have the combo go, right?
yeah, he
the
can still
whole
win. He
combo.
can still win next turn, right?
Correct.
But
So he gets to resolve both pieces of his combo,
he's
and then hope that Thassa's Oracle resolves.
Yeah, I mean Reed has just the entire arsenal at his disposal.
He has everything. He does.
Reed forgetting he's in a match of Magic might be out again. He's reading all of his cards in his deck. Just take the Pirate Blast, right? We know how he wins.
Yep.
Well, so we know that David has the Fast Oracle in hand. Reed does not know that.
Yeah, if I'm Reed, I'm just praying that it's because this signals, right, that there's probably a Prismatic in his hand for my Stony Silence, or he has Thassa's Oracle in his hand already. Worst case scenario, I see Cavern of Souls come down and then Thassa's Oracle. So that is my nightmare scenario.
See, to me, the only thing that this says is I have Thassa's Oracle in hand. Because the deck, and just because I know the deck construction, right? The deck has no way to deal with that anymore, short of Brainstorm. What he targeted the Nomads. I think David's gonna mill his deck here. Because we know, I think David has a Force of Negation, but he only has one card, so David needs to draw a blue card.
Mm-hmm.
Reed here's not bothered. No forehead glasses. Nothing to it.
Reed is not.
What is that white card?
And there's the Cavern, so one box ticked.
I think that's a Court of Grace in David's graveyard. David's feeling spicy. Okay, 2 Narcomoebas. Yeah, we're not going to see there's the red return, but we're not going to see. Oh, look at David, the nice guy.
Gentlemen,
Mistrise Village.
there are not many things left.
Seeing if he can mill. Okay, so he's going to leave one card in his deck. Is Reed going to get to do... Because Reed has targeted spells here. He can make him mill his deck. I kind of love that. Yep. Okay. Reed wisely asking if David has a Memory's Journey in his graveyard. Josh thinks he's asking the real questions. I agree. He does. So this doesn't kill David. Well, assuming that David has just those 2 cards, which is Thassa's Oracle and Force of Negation, it does kill him because he just counters the Memory's Journey with the Pyroblast, and he mills.
He has everything covered, I agree.
It's beautiful.
Says I'll hit you for a couple more just for fun.
I'm not here to not attack, right?
Absolutely. Those tokens were not made for blocking.
Reed's out here as the aggro deck, so love it. I also would counter this.
David says I have a Force of Negation.
Oh my goodness.
It says I have Second Blast, and that will do it for Reed's journey.